Today, we started off all day with my high-intensity stuff. Not very long, especially this close to the fight. Just to get my body used to going full speed, recovering quickly, full speed recovering, and yeah, feeling amazing. Yeah, feeling unstoppable. I never wanted to be gifted anything. I wanted to fight the best of the best. And Khamzat, as soon as he made the change to middleweight, I knew that our paths were destined to cross, and that's a fight I wanted. Somebody unbeaten. For me, it's about the quality of opponents. Who did I beat? Fighting guys that are the best of the best, and Khamzat's that guy. I'm not going out there to survive anything. I'm going out there to hunt. I'm a hunter, I'm not a survivor. I'm going out there to flourish from the first second to the last. I'm there to win in the most spectacular fashion possible. The whole world's excited for this fight because it's truly the two best guys fighting each other. Everybody knows Khamzat is the best next guy. I just know that I am the best.
I'm a big fan of Khamzat. I don't think he has any reason to toot my horn or to even be humbled. He doesn't have to be. I mean, heavyweights.
The nervous system was short. It was sweet. It was explosive. But it was only 7 minutes total work, actually.
We train with Coach Val, work hard. It's not easy to work here and go for the fight.
I don't fight, make money, bro. I'm making more money than other champs does. So all the money, I see in the money, I see in the good life, I see in the crazy cars, watches, clothes. I don't have a belt, make more.
His training camp has been intense, sharpening every part of his game, from explosive wrestling takedowns to sharper striking and unwavering endurance.
Khamzat Chimaev is finally getting a title shot. 14-0. He's taking on Dricus Du Plessis, who's absolutely in his prime right now. 31 years old, has 23 wins, 2 losses, is an athletic freak. Not the most rhythm type guy, but he's actually, when it comes to a gas tank, freak show. When it comes to athlete, he's a freak show. Khamzat Chimaev, probably one of the scariest dudes the UFC has ever seen. He's 6'2", 31 years old, and he steamrolls people.
Khamzat Chimaev is on another level as a fighter. He can launch attacks from range and dominates when it comes to grappling. This bout will be a true test of his abilities as he faces Dricus Du Plessis, currently the most dangerous contender in the middleweight division.
Chimaev said that you are the scariest guy in the MMA.
That's a huge compliment coming from Khamzat. I'm a big fan of Khamzat. I don't think he has any reason to toot my horn or to even be humbled. He doesn't have to be. I mean, heavyweights fear him. And the fact that he has so much respect for me really means a lot. It shows me a lot about his character, his humility to be able to compliment someone in such a huge way. So I'm very grateful and honored.
In the meantime, UFC heavyweight star Jon Jones has shown great admiration for Khamzat Chimaev, even describing him as one of the most intimidating fighters in all of MMA.
Will you watch his fight against DDP?
Absolutely. I absolutely watch this fight. I'm not rooting for anyone. I'm just a big fan of martial arts. I want to see them both go on and have long, prosperous MMA careers. I will watch the fight for sure.
But you cannot say who is the favorite, right?
No, I don't really have a favorite. I just enjoy the sport. May the best man win. I hope they both have great careers.
Although Jones isn't picking sides in the upcoming clash between Dricus Du Plessis and Khamzat, he's excited to see two top-tier fighters go head-to-head and wishes both of them long, successful careers in MMA.
He got in the UFC, submitted John Phillips, TKO'd Rice McKee, KO'd Gerald Meerschaert, lifted up Jingling, walked him over to the cage, looked at Dana, was talking to Dana, slammed him on his dome piece, fought Gilbert Burns. He's fighting the best of the best. The dude's huge. I don't think he's ever really made 170. It looks like he walks around 210, and he's dialed in for this fight. He's dialed in. It's his first fight. I tell you one thing, 5 rounds. 25 minutes, changes the game, completely changes the game. The guy comes out 0 to 100 every single fight I've watched him in. 0 to 100. Guys that are vets like Usman, Gilbert Burns, these guys that can grapple hard, they give him some problems. But also, those fights were 3 rounds. He's taken on Dricus 5 rounds. Now, Dricus has been 5 rounds.
Chimaev has faced some of the highest-ranked contenders in the sport, and he knows how to handle the intensity and pressure inside the cage. He enters this fight carrying the confidence built from those battles, a confidence that could be the key to making him champion. Dricus Du Plessis appears more ready than ever. In the lead up to UFC 319, DDP has delivered an incredible showcase of pad work, displaying impressive speed, power, and precision. Proof he's prepared for battle. On the other side, his opponent Khamzat has been sharing rare glimpses of his grappling skills. Known as a wrestling king, he still faces a tough challenge in taking down DDP. His intense training clips have only heightened the excitement surrounding this matchup. Adding to the build-up, Dricus Du Plessis has shared some candid thoughts, admitting that Khamzat Chimaev is nearly as good as his reputation suggests. However, heading into UFC 319, DDP made it clear Khamzat shouldn't underestimate him. His respect for the opponent won't alter his mission to step into cage and take him down.
The first time I saw him fight, I knew this guy was going to be special. 100%. I knew he was going to be special. There was a stage where he didn't fight for like 2 years or something. And listen, he speaks a lot more than he fights. I can tell you that much too. But there was a long period of time he was calling out every single person. That just started getting annoying. He was annoying. I mean, he was calling out welterweights, middleweights, light heavyweights, but he wasn't fighting anyone. But there was never ever a stage where I went, this guy's overrated. No, he is as good as people think. I think he's as good as people think. I just think I'm a lot better than people think.
Australian UFC star Alexander Volkanovski predicted that Khamzat would just one round to make his mark. If he can endure beyond that, he could walk away as champion. But if the fight stretches into the later rounds, Khamzat's chances will steadily fade. He's the type of fighter who likes to showcase his skills right from the opening bell.
But I'm going to tell you how good Chimaev is. I don't think people know he's a good grappler and be like, oh, he's cool. But when it comes to MMA, grappling, wrestling, I could say he would probably be, if you had one round to prove yourself, Chimaev, hands down. I've got Chimaev. You know, you got Islam's and all that. 5 rounds, you know, I think his style suits better for the longer, you know, a 25 minutes or, you know, a 15 minutes. But one 5-minute round, if you had to show me something, no one could show me better than Chimaev.
Khamzat's greatest weapon is his grappling, but that alone may not be enough to claim the crown, as DDP has the ability to counter it effectively. Alexander Volkanovski was amazed watching Khamzat Chimaev train alongside an Olympic gold medalist wrestler, admitting it wasn't just a training session. It was a full-on battle.
I remember watching him do some wrestling with an Olympic wrestler. This guy just won the Olympics. It was like a heavyweight wrestler, the Olympics, just won a gold medal. And it was not long after. So you know he's in incredible nick. And they're training together, and he was sort of holding his own. And you're like going, oh, yeah. No, I don't think you understand Olympic wrestling in their prime Olympic wrestling. Just wrestling, though, only wrestling, grappling, no strikes involved. The difference. This guy's still fighting in the Olympics and winning gold medals. And he should be just taking Chimaev down at will. Like, every 30 seconds a new...
Bowden Nickel, an American pro fighter and former freestyle wrestler, has watched Khamzat's training and admits he's impressed, though not intimidated. While he respects Khamzat's exceptional wrestling ability, Nickel remains unsure whether Khamzat has what it takes to secure the win.
Did any of you guys happen to see the training footage that just came out on Khamzat? He was with the Russian national team.
I did,
Will you admit that he looked a little better than that? I thought he looked a little sharper than I was aware he was.
He's pretty good, yeah, pure wrestling. He's got some skills. What information do we have? We have a short video of him training with good wrestlers. We have video of him beating up some high school kids in Sweden. And then we have video of him throwing down guys in MMA who have never grappled at a competitive high world-class level. Do I think he's like a guy that could be top 3, top 5 in the world?
Boris's talent. But Bo's
need to be like, oh no, I'm going to work so much on my takedown defense and I'm going to tell myself I ain't getting taken down.
Dricus Du Plessis hasn't held back when talking about Khamzat Chimaev, describing him as a complete animal inside the cage, from his relentless pace to his crushing pressure. DDP fully recognizes that Boris is every bit as dangerous as the hype suggests. While giving Khamzat full respect, Duplessis remains equally confident that he has the tools, the power, and the strategy to weather the storm and leave UFC 319 with his hand raised in victory.
Khamzat's an incredible fighter, but you're fighting in the top 5 of the UFC. Everybody's incredible fighters. He has this one thing that works for him, and it's been good. But Khamzat is an absolute animal, absolutely. But I mean, you look at the Gilbert Burns fight, which you could have scored either way. You look at the Kamaru Usman fight, and you go, yeah, he did beat Robert Whittaker. Obviously, his teeth broke back. It's unfortunate. He is really good. So, deserving of a title shot 100% after that performance. If you look at the Strickland's last performance versus Paulo Costa, and then you look at Khamzat's last performance versus Robert Whittaker, that's a no-brainer that Khamzat gets the title fight. And I had my own selfish reasons. I was more excited to fight a Khamzat.
Arman Sarukian has just revealed what he believes to be Khamzat Chimaev's strategy against Dricus Du Plessis at UFC 319. From unleashing an early onslaught to applying relentless grappling pressure, Arman details exactly how Boris intends to break down DDP and why the plan might not play out as perfectly as Khamzat expects.
Without giving anything away, of course, what is a good strategy Khamzat is looking at in terms of going at Dricus?
He does every fight the almost same things, and he's not going to change anything. DDP thinks the Khamzat not going to take him down.
He said he'll give him
Khamzat's grappling as pure mastery, highlighting his subtle yet highly effective techniques, driving pressure on the hips, trapping the legs, and using head and arm control to lock opponents in place. He keeps them tight, limiting their movement. This isn't just basic wrestling. It's a smart, relentless form of control that makes escaping nearly impossible.
Look at all these little, now watch when they grab. Watch what I mean. There's little tricks. He's holding this right arm is on his hip, putting a downwards pressure. He's got his, see that leg that's pinching? You could see, I don't know, you could see the screening. He's got his leg here. So he is sort of sitting on that a little bit, pinching it with his leg there. While he's sitting a little bit, so his hips are putting a bit of pressure on his thigh, while his calf is lifting it up, while he's pinching. He's even got this arm up here on the neck. You know what I mean? Like all these little things, like he's so aware.
Volkanovski, speaking bluntly, called Khamzat a powerhouse who trains with extreme intensity, but cautioned that relying solely on relentless aggression could drain his gas tank later in the fight. He echoed Khabib's smart advice that Khamzat might gain more by mixing and boxing to conserve energy rather than constantly shooting for takedowns. Volkanovski also believes Khamzat's early takedowns and pressure will cause serious trouble, but he questions whether his composure and stamina will hold up as the fight wears on.
Everything he does there is just, the mechanics behind everything is just so good to watch. I'm a big believer in all that sort of stuff. Big part of my game as well. And you see it there. You see it there. You see him just, that's the type of problems. That's not even wrestling. He will go wrestle like that first round. You do well to stop it. He will go hang on to this, hang on to that, grab something else, grab this, bang, get you down, hang on to you. But them little things with a Dricus, I think Dricus is, all right, he's going to be aware and slowly try and build himself up, knowing that he has to slowly peel off these little grips that I was telling you about. Maybe get hit a bit, but Dricus is tough. Strong enough to slowly take these levers off, start to build up, make Chimaev use his energy. Will he get straight up? Maybe not, but now he has to use energy to make sure he's holding him down. Dricus not losing composure, knowing that this is going to help him later on.
UFC veteran Gilbert Burns believes Khamzat Chimaev is just one win away from the title, but faces a tough challenge in middleweight champion Dricus Du Plessis. On the Show Me the Money podcast, Burns predicted Khamzat might take DDP down and control him, but doubts he'll finish him. He compared Khamzat's style to a freaking truck, relentless wrestling pressure that can only be stopped by meeting head-on. Burns thinks DDP's experience and power could lead to a late third or fourth round finish in his favor, though Khamzat is in top form for one of the biggest tests of his career.